Right now, we are joined by Jackie Watson and Michael Lohan on Broad-Minded. Welcome, you guys. How are you?
Good, and you, Christine?
Good. Jackie is the founder and owner of W Entertainment, and of course, Michael Lohan is the father of Lindsay Lohan, and he's on this new show called Wanna Be Me. How are you?
Very well, thank you, and thank you for having us.
Of course. So we've got both of you guys on the phone. First of all, Jackie, tell us about this show.
This show is based on a lot of the wannabe in Hollywood. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of joke. It's a lot of situation that's been done, and sometimes we kind of remake it softly, and with a good moral at the end.
Okay.
We're having many celebrities that will be part of this show, mm-hmm. and a lot of surprises.
Okay. So, Michael, what is your role in this?
Well,
You do on the show.
at first I had a little trepidation about the script and being part of it, but Jackie, they rewrote it a number of times. And actually what I play is an angel that's fallen from grace, who's had a number of difficulties in his own life, and he has to make his way back to heaven by doing good deeds, or being that voice of reason, that conscience in the lead actress's mind. And he reflects on the things that happen in his life to help guide her in the right direction. And I guess that's why they came to me, because God knows, and so does everyone else, that I had my pitfalls and I made my mistakes, and it's about righting the wrongs.
Okay, well, since you brought it up, let's go ahead and talk about that.
Uh-oh.
And just because of, your family and your very famous daughter, we all know, you spent, 2.5 years in, it's a correctional facility.
Yeah, was it 2.5? I thought it was 2, but that's
I
all
don't know. I'm just reading.
No, it's see how the press gets things wrong sometimes.
Yeah, I know.
No.
It was on probation violation from a DUI arrest, and so you spent some time behind bars. We'll just say that.
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
And so how did that change your life? And you and Dina raised your girls in Hollywood, basically. Lindsay's been in the movies since, when she was 7?
Yeah, well, she started in the business at 3 years old, doing print and commercial work, and then she landed her first role in a soap opera when she was 9, and then The Parent Trap when she was 10, and from there on, it was just, her career took off. But, it's been a long journey, and it's not over. Especially in this business, and we're all confronted with things daily, whether it's tests in our life or temptations, and I'm sure Brittany, Lindsay, and all the rest of them are going to continue to be put in a position where they have to make decisions, and hopefully they'll make the right ones. I see Lindsay doing the right thing now. I'm behind her 100%. I'm very proud of where she was and where she's come to.
Are you and Lindsay talking?
We always have. That was just,
okay.
That was a facade that people put out there. Read Glamour magazine, coming out in March. Lindsay, she went out there and said, the part that hurt me the most is not talking to my dad. And people put a wall between us. And, frankly, whether it's Brittany, Lindsay, or anyone else out there, any kid out there, when people come between a family and children and their parents, or even parents are divided, there's a lot of inner turmoil. There's a lot of torture that these kids go through, and and I did it myself. You react in the wrong ways, whether it's drinking. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Do you think it's because they've been in Hollywood the whole time? Because that's what we're conflicted about when we read the reports and we talk about this stuff. Do you think that at some point maybe she should have been taken out so it didn't get so far?
You know what? I don't think necessarily that Lindsay should have been taken out, but I think a lot of the people in her life should have been taken out of the picture. Mm-hmm. And I thank God now, and she even said this in her article, that she's getting rid of the people that had a bad influence in her life, that had a negative effect on her, that led her in the wrong direction, that they were there to ride on her coattails and use her for her success and her name. And unfortunately, that's still happening. But I think she's a lot more aware of it. And a lot of that's entwined in this show. And a lot of people are wannabes out there. And they want to, and they can't do it themselves. They're going to jump on the bandwagon, and they don't care how they affect the family or come between them. And unfortunately, there's, we reap what happens as a result, and we have to deal with it ourselves. And sometimes it's not the right way, but
Now, I'm curious, Michael, what did you do for a living when you were raising the girls and you were with Dina? Did you work as a stockbroker? I was always curious about your background, when it all started, just getting married and having the kids.
Sure. I originally I worked for my family. Well, I was raised to work for my family in their pasta business, but I too was involved in the entertainment business. I went on commercial interviews, and and I did some soap opera work, and at one point I was offered a job on the floor of the commodity exchange, and I became a trader on the floor, and I was there for quite a while, and I got wrapped up in some securities business down there, and I disobeyed a judge's order not to trade anymore, and I traded, so I was held in contempt.
Oh, okay. That must have been stressful.
It was. It's one heck of a lifestyle, let me tell you. But again, even down there, like Hollywood, you put money and you put pride and vanity before what's important in life. And if you don't use the blessings in your life the right way, what's given will also be taken away. And that's exactly what happened in my life. And unfortunately, it's not only us that are affected, but our families are affected. But after that, I went on because I was an investment banker. I was in the food business, sold a company, did very well for myself, and then I actually helped finance the Brooklyn Navy Yard as a movie studio. And I went on to I was a partner in a club in Miami, and then I got involved in financing entertainment projects, and I became part of this.